Hey, it has been a while since I posted a new video, but with last Epoch around the corner, it was a perfect chance to jump back into it. I have been playing last Epoch for like around a year-ish. I have around 300 hours in the game, so not too bad, not amazing either. So with Heartseeker coming out and Rogue being one of my favorite classes, I figured why not take my own spin on the new Heartseeker skill coming out and taking a different spin on it than the classical approach, at least I think. I'm going full on poison with it, and the general idea of it is you spec into the poison and then you go puncture. When it kills an enemy, it shoots out punctures, but it will no longer seek out new targets, so the recurve chances that would have been left will be shot out as punctures instead, and they will also poison. So yeah, how you basically start this out, you go up here, grab the meme with recurve chance, because I feel like that's very important. Then you go into here, grab the puncture node, and the armor shred becomes poison chance. And then you go into here and you grab the shadow node, which I'll elaborate on later. And then the leftover points go into the poison here. I have this point here because I feel like the cannot be dodge modifier is a nice like quality of life. But if I feel like it will not be needed, I'll just be taking that one out and just put it into here for more health leech. But it should still feel nicer. As you can see, I have a level 23 for my armor, because I feel like you kind of need it to just put all the points into here. But if you have it like level 20, just pull out one here and one here and one here, and then you're already like level 20, so it's not too big. And then for the puncture itself, go into the physical shred, go into here for the more damage, and then for the convert the bleed into poison chance. That also converts this into poison shred chance, and then bleed become poison chance. I'm not sure if you get this frenzy, if it is automatically triggered via this, but you need it anyway to get into here, poison chance, and then for the infectious toxin chance, which you only need one of, because it can only maximum have one stack, so it's not really that big, not really that, how do you say, like big to put in multiple points into this, because you will be shitting out so many punctures anyways. 1 point should be enough. And for who don't know what this does, basically it makes it so the enemy monsters take like increased damage over time and has a max stack of 1, so you cannot really stack it to the extreme. So 1 is basically enough, 1 point into it. And then over to shift, more shadow creation here, movement speed buff, mana return, and then invulnerability, cooldown recovery, a little bit of health to get into here. This is more poison chance, 30% poison gets converted into bleed, and this basically gives the puncture 125% increased damage over time. At least I hope it works like this, which it should. So yeah, this is how this works. And then for the smoke bomb, more shadow creation down here. Then it lasts longer, so more shadows. And then dust shrouds for a little bit of tankiness. And then the area and the growth speed, and then a little bit area here. But I should probably elaborate what I'm doing with the shadows. This node makes it here every shadow that you have, and when you directly use a Heartseeker, there's a 30% chance that the shadow will be consumed and another extra Heartseeker will be shot out. I do not know how this will, how good it will feel, but that is what the new season is for, and to experiment with how everything is. So yeah, but I'm hoping is that a lot of shadows will be generated via this, which in turn will mean a lot of poison stacks, a lot of recharge chances, and then I will be hoping for a lot of arrows everywhere shooting and a lot of extra Heartseekers. I am a little bit concerned about the boss DPS, because if the boss does not have ads, you will not get the puncture shootings. See, when the Heartseeker target dies, you shoot puncture at a nearby enemy for each recurve it would have triggered after the target died. But if you're doing a boss, yeah, you're not getting, if it's dead, you're basically already done. So I'm not sure how the bossing will feel with this, but that is just something I'll have to see how it is. And then for the decoy, I hear you say, yeah. So decoy has a node here that it creates a shadow after detonating. And here you get 2 extra decoys. So basically it will create 3 decoys on being destroyed, which will of course then shoot out more Heartseekers when I use Heartseeker. And yeah, but as you can see it has a 14-second cooldown, which I am reducing with this relic to 160%, so it will be around 4 to 5 seconds. I'm not entirely sure how it will feel and if it will be enough, because maybe, I don't know, a lot of the shadows will already be enough consumed but purely with this setup and this, and then maybe I will not even need this and this. Or maybe it will turn out it's not even enough shadow creation and I have to figure out something else. But yeah, this is just, I'm going in blind, I'm seeing how it's gonna feel, and yeah. So yeah, this reduces it to that the decoy has a less duration. It will basically immediately explode with the minus 45 duration here, and the minus duration of the 88 seconds on this. Basically immediately 3 shadow clones and then you throw them out. Yeah, so a little bit of warning, I do think it will be a little bit more experimental than if you just go like pure into these nodes and all the recurve chance here and you go dex stacking, and I do think a more of a meta build will be to go like full cold conversion with this and then go dex stacking with the frost boots and go full out in that way. But I kind of want to try this and see how it feels. And yeah, now onto the gearing. I put it all on tier 5 except for the chest plate. So yeah, there is like a lot of more resistance and damage that can come out of this. The boost just movement speed, fatality for a little bit of health, cold resist, and then health. For the gloves, just increased damage over time from a set. Chance to apply shred on armor on hit, physical resistance, and then a champion drop for 1 maximum shadow, so you can have 4 maximum shadows instead of 3. I am not sure if this piece of gear is really attainable. In that case, the maximum shadow is the most important thing. So yeah. Then the rings, damage over time, poison over time, and then just health, void resist. Belt, poison damage, fire resistance, increase health. Just the standard things. Of course this is totally not feasible on League Start or whatever, but then you just gotta mix and match and see what you can get, and on resist. You don't have to get these exact pieces, just more like a guideline in what you can get. And for the bow, this base bow is the best for this. You also have different base bows, like I can also see, let's see, thought there was another bow that could also have been working with this. Yeah, earlier you can also go with this one for a little bit damage over time if you don't have this specific base, or this one because the bleed gets converted into poison chance. The haste on this one is also not too bad with increased haste effect on you. That is also quite decent, because more haste means faster Heartseekers, and the faster you shoot the Heartseekers, the more you get. The most important piece to get is like +2, +3 Heartseeker, just so you have more points to spend on this side here for like more damage and everything. Maybe later this will be totally like garbage and then you just pull out of the nodes and you put them all into here and more into recurve chance and everything, but that is just how we have to see how that goes. Yeah, just an increased health, recurve chance, because more recurves, more punches, yeah. Bow, again, chance to apply armor shred that gets converted into poison chance by this node again over here. Armor shred equals poison chance, so that is just a lot of poison chance. And then for the helm, damage over time, it has increased bleed duration, but just the increased damage over time is already like so big on this that I felt like it's worth so to take it. But if you need like more resistance, this one is also fine. You can also go with more, little bit of bow attack speed, but this is not too big here. Yeah, so yeah, that is with that. And an amulet, just increase poison damage, poison pen, again armor shred, and then just health. I have not done the idols because it isn't really feasible to know what will be like. This is very RNG heavy with how you like have to like enchant them and get them, so I haven't really like put it in there because then it gets really like hard, like and unattainable to get this. But good ones to get is like the increased damage over time here, and there's also there was another one that gives you like bow attack speed and a chance for the bow attack to repeat. I just don't see it in here. Chance to receive glancing blow is also quite decent for the tankiness. Is it here? No. Is it this one? Here, increased damage while wielding a bow and chance to repeat bow ability. I feel like stacking 4 of these is like really good. And this does affect poison, I think. Pretty sure, because it says increased damage while wielding a bow and not increased damage with a bow. So that should affect poison damage. So then on to the passive tree. 1 point into here, 1 into here, and then 5 points into here for like haste on hit chance. And then just poison chance here. And attack speed here, attack speed, more Heartseekers, more damage. Oh, it seems like oh, it did not save it. 1 second, I'll be reapplying these real quick. Okay, I have now reapplied the points. I have to redo this real quick. 5 points in here, minus 20% for moving. Haste on hit chance. Everything into here. Poison chance. Glancing blow, 15% is quite nice, and then just attack speed here. 5 points into here for more damage with haste. because that applies to everything, so yeah. And this is a separate chance to gain haste modifier. So you get 2 seconds with this one, and then with the other chance to get haste with this one. They are 2 separate like haste modifiers, so they are counted separately. So you could have this one running and then get this one, and then it just continues like that. It's kind of like a semi-permanent haste, so getting like increased effect of haste on you is quite good. And then just enter here, more glancing blow chance, dexterity, and then global damage over time modifier here. This could potentially also feel nice with how much health gain we get and with how many shadows we create. But that is something I'll probably just pull it out of this and put it into here if I want to experiment with it. But for now, this is just more safer to pick. And then into the Marksmen tree. 8 points into here for like 40 health gain and attack speed. Into the concentration for more damage with concentration, 16%. And then just take all of this. And here another minus 10% damage taken, so it's already like on minus 30% damage taken, so that's already quite good. All the points into Arrow Storm, because 60% increased attack speed for 3 seconds. Yes, that is just like a lot of damage. Oh, this node, 70% increased damage over time while wielding a bow. Yeah, that just sounds chef kiss. So yes. And then 10 points into the poison node here. It speaks for itself. Put 1 point into Silver Shroud, because we are doing this for the guaranteed dodge, not for the ward you get from this. It's basically just a free hit you can take here. And then 2 points into here for the Heartseeker recurve chance. This just speaks for itself, more potential arrows that can be shot out and kill mobs. And just 1 point into here, because this is still in the end 250% increased bow damage. We are still doing some damage even if you're like a mostly a poison build. It's still nice to have increased, just get a free 250 increased damage with bow damage. I do think we can hit the max stacks with like how many punctures we are hitting over the map and with how much and how often the recurve is hitting the enemy. And then yeah, that was this is basically what I'm gonna decide on running. It could potentially also be nice to go into here for the slow chance, but I'm not exactly sold on it. Something I just have to see how it feels. This is the most experimental bit, and I'm not sure if it's gonna work out, but I saw this, I was like, I'm gonna try it. And then as an extra thing, this is the Weaver tree I'm gonna be running. I like the sound of champions, so I like heavily spec'd into champion monsters. And then of course I'm a big lover of loot lizards, so loot lizards here. All the loot lizard nodes down here. And these also spawn. Champions have a chance to be accompanied by loot lizards. Now, that works nicely with the nodes up here. And then the rest of the nodes is just extra stability to farm out more boss drops. Boss and the champions and the echo drop extra power of gold. Well, actually I think I'll take one out there, put it in here. and boss jobs, and then just, yeah. So yeah, that is my plan for the season start. I am unfortunately busy on season launch and on Friday itself, so I'll be starting out on Saturday, unfortunately. So yeah, that is yeah, I have to miss out a bit, and by that point, things pretty much figured out with like what the really outperforming builds are. I'll still be starting this and see how I feel, because I still feel like I'm one of the few that's probably going to be playing Poison Heartseeker. So yeah, oh yeah, I did not go into the blessings. Yeah, blessings is just resistance, armor shred in here, and just defenses. That is not not to go too deep into that. But yeah, I'll probably post a update on this on like Saturday, just how my overall feeling with Heartseeker is, and then over a few days when I get like the gear together and everything and properly play Poison Heartseeker, I'll post like a build update on that and everything. So yeah, this was me. I hope the video was nice and informative, and if you end up playing this, leave a comment in this video. And if you do league start or season start this and it feels like garbage, let me know. I would love to hear it. And just, yeah. So like and subscribe, and yeah, leave a comment. It helps with the algorithm, everything, blah blah blah. You know how it is. So yeah, have a wonderful day and a great season start next week, which I'll be missing out on. Oh.